Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and this past weekend I had an absolute blast playing with cars. On Friday, I attended the McCormick and Sons auction in Palm Springs, California. It's a 3-day auction that they hold twice a year, and it's a smaller auction. They bring out upwards of 500 cars of every possible variety. They do it in spring, and they also do it in fall when the weather is nice in Palm Springs, and the shiny cars and interesting people come out to attend this event. This funny little smudge pot diesel rabbit truck was an interesting vehicle. We'll show a little more of that later on here in the video. Nice Mercedes, crazy hot rod LTD. Okay. The variety there is always awesome, and there's something for everybody. They say that there's values there from $2,000 to $200,000, although I'm not sure there was anything there that was quite at the $200,000 level. And again, variety. My buddies kind of look at it as the Star Wars cantina of collector cars rolling across the block. Some are very nice, some are freaky, like this one. This sort of crazy, I think it was based on a Henry J, fiberglass bodied, home built, trippy, who knows what it is. It's got a red Ram Hemi in it, obviously not running, no plugs in it. A little homely, but some possibilities to it. It was quite interesting. Nice Austin Healey. Let's see. Oh, that's a really bad picture of this 41 Lincoln. I was trying to get the dash. It was just beautiful in that car. This was a really nicely done Volkswagen Bug. I loved the colors. I loved the treatment of the steering wheel matching the dash. For a late model car to be kind of backdated with those colors was nicely done. That was a Saturday car, so I didn't get a chance to see it go through, but I'm very curious to see if it sold and what it sold for. There's also modern cars that show up there, mostly luxury cars and things like that. This 390 engine Gremlin with a stick was a seriously badass little hot rod. Nicely done, inside and out, Levi's interior, custom wheels and everything. I think he was hoping to get about 20 grand for that. I don't know if it sold. Awesome deep dish steering wheel on that Olds. Split window Vet, you gotta love those cars, so beautiful. Porsches of every variety. There were some 914s as well as 911s. Big Cadillacs. This Caddy Fleetwood in 1970 was really awesome. Great colors. Again, more hot rods and customs, and Christine's uncle or sister there with that Savoy, I think it was. Beautiful Jag. They had some nice cars underneath the tent. There, sort of special display vehicles. Real nice T5 cab. Here's a Studebaker Bullet Nose. Always loved those cars. This Cadillac Alante, this guy kept on polishing it as if it was going to help its value in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully he sold it and made his money. Beautiful Packard there that my buddy Steve brought to auction out. There's the inside of my pocket. This was a Subaru powered 356 Speedster replica. Really nicely done, and what a rocket ship that would be. Interesting colors on this Carmen Ghia. This was a nice early 911 with kind of a crappy quick repaint. And a lot of these cars you got to look close at to see if they're really done to a quality level or not. There are some diamonds in the bunch, but it's also a spot where you see some guys really kind of turn some kind of iffy machines. This Camaro, however, was not one. Beautifully done. Big American barges. This Falcon wagon had a 5-speed and a 289 in it. It was really badass, nicely done, cool details, total sleeper. Loved that car. Really, really cool. Corvette was clean, a whole variety of those in different years. I really liked this Mexico Blue 911. It's a Targa. The interior was done, beautiful paint on it, and the engine compartment was really nicely done. It went across the block and it stalled out at around 38 grand. Did not meet the reserve. I don't know what his reserve was, but if you're interested, there's the guy's phone number. You can give him a call. Beautifully done car. 38.5 is what it went to. Who knows what it would take. Awesome little Austin Healey, interestingly colored Packard, little red Express. I loved this 57 Imperial. This was the most Palm Springs car that I saw there at the event. The interior in that Imperial was awesome. Bitchin' Camaro, Corvair Turbo, another 911, Austin, a Bantam or Austin America, really cool. In any case, neat variety of stuff. Enjoyed walking around. And here's a little bit of the action. This is actually the Volkswagen diesel truck going across the block. So listen to this for a little bit. I got 10 pounds, 11 now. Hold on. 11 now, 11 5. Trevor out. 11 5 now. Got 11 bid now. 11 Actually getting some real bids on this thing. The numbers were climbing, and it was really quite surprising to see. Now, the McCormicks group is definitely entertaining. It's a very fun auction to go to. I enjoy it because it's low-key. On Friday, it's free to get in. If you're selling a car there, it's very easy to do. It's not very expensive as far as the fees. And the bids kept climbing on this crazy little Volkswagen. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking this thing has got to sell. I mean, who would leave that money on the table? 18, I got 17, 5 there. Take 17, 750. Would you pay 750 now? 17, 5 down, 70. And it keeps on going. No advance. Now, at this point, I'm questioning whether this is real or not, and apparently it wasn't. The car did not sell, and I really think that he left all the money on the table. On my way home, I stopped by Porsche of Palm Springs. They were having a special mixer for the 356 Club event that was going on, the Palms to Pines event that I was going to attend on Saturday. Amazing cars here. This is, that silver car was a barn find Carrera, a phenomenal car that actually won an award at Pebble Beach this year. There's a cool Carrera Speedster. That car had come up from Mexico. Nice little array of cars here in the showroom. It was a, special kind of invite-only thing, and I was not invited, but I did manage to get in there and walk around and get some photos and video of the place and the cars, and then I got out of there before the party really started and aimed up the hill. This car is phenomenal. It's like 20,000 miles on it, I think. All original. This early Cabriolet was beautiful. Those fog lights, so awesome. Just wonderful variety, beautiful colors. And the Porsche people are fun, especially when you're dealing with the old cars. It's a good time. And yeah, that was something interesting on my trailer, and I'll tell you about that in another video. In any case, here's a couple more photos from the mixer there, and then I started my drive on home back up the hill with plans for the next day's adventure. So it was dark as I was rolling home, but in the morning I fired up my 356 to go join the fun up in Idyllwild, California. Now, from my place, it's about a 40-minute run through the mountains. The roads were wide open. The sky was blue. It was absolutely dreamy. Now, the whole group from Palm Springs was coming up the other side of the mountain, but I thought I'd get up there early, get a good parking spot, grab a little breakfast, and then wait for everyone to arrive. A little duplication here in my drive photos. My apologies there. But in any case, once we were settled up there, or I was settled up there in Idyllwild after my breakfast and a cup of coffee, I sat there and awaited the cars to roll in. And there were a couple other Porsches that came, but here's the flow of the 356s, the Caravan rolling into town. Now, these have to be the happiest cars on earth. They're all smiling at you as you go by. It's really, really, really fun. And Idyllwild, if you've not been there, is an awesome little mountain town. The roads up to Idyllwild from either Palm Springs or Hemet or Banning or Temecula. There's some really wonderful roads, and it's perfect for a sports car, and especially on a cool morning as it was there. Cars ran great. Everybody seemed to have an awesome time, and they all filtered into the town and found their parking spots. Now, there was, again, a wide variety of cars that are there. There were a few modern Porsches that rolled in as well. To find their little spot there, I kind of wandered through the town, took pictures of all the different cars that were parked here and there. There was actually one driver that drove all the way from the Midwest to attend this event. She drove a 356 that apparently had belonged to her mother, that car, the yellow one from Indiana. And drove out solo in that car to attend this event. So a long solo road trip in a 356 sounds like an adventurous and very fun time. This is a Speedster Carrera. That's a 4-cam car that had come up from Mexico for the event. Really, really rare and Concours level restoration of that car. It was just spectacular. Neat interior in that 356A. Love that, the little outlaw look to it. Nice variety of cars out playing as they should. And I think all told, there were about 50 cars in the caravan. Everybody kind of filtered off into little groups to grab lunch and hang out in the town. And then everybody joined up for photos in front of the big totem pole that is there in town. Unfortunately, we missed that particular photo shoot, but we ended up taking our own here at the end of the video. Neat stuff, nice cars. There were some that were a little worn and used. Mine was probably the absolute ugliest of the bunch, but it got its fair bit of attention, and it was fun to see. There's that early cab. Great colors on that car. Just such a beautiful, beautiful car. Perfect day, close parking. Everybody pulled in, tried to find a spot in this little town. There you go, drive safely, park dangerously. Oh, and here's that 356 Carrera Speedster as he was ready to leave. Listen to this. There is just nothing like the sound of a 4-cam motor. Totally different than the normal 356. And of course, coming through that little exhaust. Now that's a pretty high-digit speedster rolling around here on the streets of Idyllwild. Just awesome. Anyway, we went and grabbed some lunch at a great little Italian restaurant up there. Good time hanging out with Porsche friends. We had just a wonderful meal, fantastic conversation, lots of laughs. Here's our little group in front of the totem pole, and then we got in our cars and started aiming down the road. So we decided not to chase the rest of the cars down the valley. It was just the 3 cars here on the way down. I'm bringing up the rear, and of course I've got the slowest car in the bunch, but I kept up with the guys for a little while down the hill as we came down into Garner Valley area, and then once we got on the straights, Jack driving the black cars a Porsche mechanic that knows how to tune the living hell out of those, and there he is. He lost me pretty good, but he did catch up with me, or I caught up with him in town.